Hey there, YouTube. Myron Golden here, and I just want to share with you a business model that can make you rich in 2023. And I know a lot of people walk around and they talk about business plans, and I submit to you that a business plan is nothing more than a bunch of words or a wish for the most part. The people who came up with this idea of business plans are college professors who've never had a business. I actually have a business, and our business does millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. And I'm not saying that to brag, but it does. And I've never had a business plan in my life. So you don't have to have a business plan to be successful in business. In fact, I submit to you that a business plan oftentimes gives people something to procrastinate with. One more thing to procrastinate with. Well, that doesn't fit into my business plan. I submit to you, you're much better off having a business model. And when I say a model is a replica of something. It's a way of duplicating something. And so what you want is you want a business model. And in my B.O.S.S Moves book, B.O.S.S Moves is a book that I wrote in 2020, Business Optimization Success Secrets. That's what B.O.S.S is an acronym for, Business Optimization Success Secrets from $1 Million Roundtable. In that book, I shared 4 business models. The first business model we talked about was LP times LV. Now, this is a business model that you don't want. And now my whiteboard is not working. Okay, so I'm going to go away from this. So I'm going to go, Larry, just leave that up there for a second. Touch the pen right there. Okay. So this business model right here, thank you. Okay, somebody here knows how to use this whiteboard. Probably should have them talking, but it's okay. So LV times LP, I call that the Waltonpreneur business model. Now what does LV times LP mean? It means low volume times low profit. Low volume times low profit is the business model that most entrepreneurs have, and that's why I call it the Waltonpreneur business model. And what that means is basically I want to have a business, I'd like to be a business owner, I'd like to run a business, but I don't know how. So what I do is I sell a little bit of something that makes me a little bit of money, and so I think I'm in business because I gave myself a business name and a business card, and I have a desk, and I have a printer and a computer, and I've got some stationery, and I've got an LLC. Well, if your business model is LV times LP, I've got some bad news for you, but I'm going to have some good news later on, and that is you are a Waltonpreneur, that you are not a real entrepreneur. And there are people in all kinds of businesses involved in all kinds of businesses that are Waltonpreneurs. You might be a person who has a multi-level marketing business, Waltonpreneur. In other words, you don't understand that the real way businesses are built in network marketing is not by selling the products, right? So you got a lot of people involved in multi-level marketing. They'll get signed up and they'll start trying to sell a few bottles of vitamins a month or a few bars of soap a month. And there's nothing wrong with the multi-level marketing business model that type of business, because I made a lot of money in multi-level marketing. In fact, I've made more money in multi-level marketing than I've ever made in any job. In fact, I've made more money a month in multi-level marketing than I've ever made in any job that I've ever had in my life doing anything. It's not the business model that I'm a part of now. So before you send me a message, say, Myron, I've got a great multi-level marketing business. I don't do multi-level marketing businesses anymore because I like high profits. And I don't want to manage 4,000 people again, right? So I don't want to do that. And if that's what you want to do, I think multi-level marketing, by the way, is a great training ground for entrepreneurs to learn the skills of sales, to learn the skills of team building and recruiting and leadership and all of those. I believe it's one of the best training grounds in the world for an entrepreneur who's going to go into any business, okay? However, it's not a good business model for me because I'm just past that stage in my life. But you are a Waltonpreneur, or maybe you have an e-commerce store and you sell 4 candles a month, right, and you make $2 per candle. You are not an entrepreneur. You're a Waltonpreneur. Or maybe you sell things on eBay, right? And you go around, you find some things, or you sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and you only sell a handful of those things. And when you do sell them, you don't make any money. Now, there are people who have real businesses selling stuff on eBay. There are people who have real businesses selling stuff on Shopify and Amazon. There are people who have real businesses who sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace and in Craigslist and so on. But if you're only selling low volume and low profit, you are not an entrepreneur yet. So my recommendation would be, if you're going to do the work anyway, you might as well tap into one of the other 3 business models, because any one of the other 3 business models can make you wealthy. Entrepreneurship does not make you wealthy. So what's the second business model? The second business model is what I call the entrepreneur business model. And that's LV times HP. That's low volume times high profit. low volume times high profit is a business model that can make you rich. I had an entrepreneur business model for a long time. And so when I first got started with my training company, my very first offer, are y'all ready for this? Was $147. I did a presentation and we sold about 70 of them. Maybe it was a little less than that. It was less than that. It was 50 something maybe, or 40 something. Anyway, my first time I ever did a presentation making this offer, we did $5,900 in sales, right? So it was low volume, like 40 something sales, but it was high profit because it probably cost me $30. So if you subtract the $30 from that, that leaves me with $117 profit times 40 sales, and you do the math. It was a pretty good business model, right? So being an entrepreneur. Now today, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can be an entrepreneur with affiliate marketing. You can sell somebody else's product. And I've got affiliates. Okay, so let me tell you what affiliate marketing is first. Affiliate marketing is you don't have a product, so you sell somebody else's product, and when you sell their product, they pay you a commission. So like for instance, in our business, we do the Make More Offers Challenge. We do that challenge once a month. We sell VIP tickets for $297. So for $297, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, there we go. Not rendered. Okay, I don't know what that means. So we sell tickets for $297. And if you divide that in half, we pay out in affiliate commissions. $148.50 for every ticket sold. We have affiliates who make thousands of dollars a month. I mean, we've paid out. I think last month we paid out like $19,000 in affiliate commissions to our clients. So if you're an entrepreneur and you do affiliate marketing, you can literally sell somebody else's product and make money. You sell 10 Make More Offers challenge tickets for VIP tickets, you would make $1,485. Well, that's not great money, but part-time, it ain't too terrible, right? If you sell like 10 tickets a month, that's pretty stinking good part-time money, right? So I do affiliate marketing for other people. Like I promoted Russell's Your First Funnel Challenge, Russell Brunson's Your First Funnel Challenge. I made like $60,000 promoting his product to my audience. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, sometimes you might have an offer but no audience, or you might have an audience but no offer. Well, if you have an audience but no offer, go to somebody who has an offer and no audience and say, hey, if I can promote your product to my audience, will you give me half the money? Or if you have an offer but no audience, you go to somebody who has an audience and says, hey, will you be willing to promote my offer to your audience? And y'all split the profits. And a lot of people don't like the idea of splitting profits. But I submit to you that splitting profits makes sense because of one of the business models I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. These multi-billion-dollar corporations have figured out that like partnerships are the bomb.com/awesome, right? Partnerships are good. I have a lot of strategic partnerships, and the strategic partnerships that I've established over the last several decades have created an environment where I don't have to spend money on ads hardly ever. So entrepreneur business model, you might have low volume. So you may do, like entrepreneur, you may do low volume. You may do a webinar once a month. Like a lot of people do a webinar once a month. They'll sell $1,000 offer, right? So they sell $1,000 offer, and maybe they make 20 sales a month. Well, that's low volume. 20 sales, not that many sales, but that gives you $20,000 a month. That's an entrepreneur business model. It's a great business model. I used to have an entrepreneur business model. When I started, like I said, my first offer was $147. Then we had some $497 offers, and then we had some $997 offers, and we just kept trying and tweaking different things until we had our offer stacked down, right? And so, like you could make you could get to, and I know this probably sounds crazy, but as an entrepreneur, with an entrepreneur business model, doing with $1,000 offer, you could realistically get to $100,000 a month in business revenue, right? And let's say if your cost is, let's say your cost of doing business is 30%, you'd still end up with $70,000 a month in profits. After you pay your taxes on that, you'd still end up with, less and less increasingly, right? But you'd end up with probably, or you'd end up with $45,000 a month in after-tax profit. That's not terrible, right? So that's the entrepreneur business model. Then you have what I call the Waltonpreneur business model. Now, the reason I call it the Waltonpreneur business model is because Sam Walton is the guy who started this concept. Sam Walton, if you read his biography, you'll see that his business philosophy that governed his business model was, I never want to make more than 30%. If I get a good deal from one of my vendors, I'm going to pass that good deal on to my customers. I never want to make more than 30 cents on a dollar that I spend, right? So on a 30% margin, which for most businesses, believe it or not, a 30% margin is pretty good, right? That most businesses, if you're running a 30% margin, most businesses think they're doing pretty good. Now for me, I don't want to run on a 30% margin, but it's better than most businesses, right? Because businesses have expenses. You've got the expense of cost of goods. You've got the expense of paying employees and contractors and building and materials, and you have all of those costs. Well, Sam Walton sold, his business was high volume, low profit. Low profit being 30%. This is what most e-commerce sellers, this is the business model that most e-commerce sellers have. And I know e-commerce sellers who make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, pennies at a time. Right? So, and I say pennies, but like could be pennies, could be dollars. Like they sell plastic spoons on Amazon, but they make like $4,000 a month off the plastic spoon, and they make $4,000 a month off the plastic fork, right? The plastic serving fork. And bicycle bells. Like I had a dude tell me like he started an e-commerce business selling bicycle bells, and he did like a Christmas special, and he made like $25,000 with his first like e-commerce product. And that, like, e-commerce is a great business model for those who like to do it. I don't like it personally because it doesn't matter. Like, there's way too much minutia, way too many moving parts, way too much. It's not a bad business model. It's just not good for me and my personality type because I don't want to do inventory, right? I don't want to think about inventory, right? When we get low on B.O.S.S Moves books, we just order 5,000 more, and when they get low, we order 5,000 more, right? Okay. So, and then we have people who manage the inventory too, but it ain't me, right? So that's a Waltonpreneur business model is a good business model. Shopify, Amazon, and so many other e-commerce platforms. Some people just do e-commerce on their own funnel, right? And make like the guy who in ClickFunnels had the fastest growing business in ClickFunnels, he did like $26 million in 6 weeks or something crazy. It was just insane. And he was selling flashlights, tactical flashlights, right? Like, what? And gun oil, and just, it's like mind-blowing stuff. So the thing about, if you think about Sam Walton and his philosophy, I never want to make more than 30%, and then you migrate that over to Amazon, for instance. You put something on Amazon's shelves, they'll pay you 30% of the profits. They'll pay you 70% of the profits. They'll keep 30%. So let's say you write ebooks for Amazon. Okay, so I've written some ebooks, put some ebooks on Amazon, right? Or let's say you do some audio books for Audible, right? I don't know exactly how much money you make from Audible. I know exactly how much money you make from ebooks. If you are part of Amazon's KDP Select program and you sell ebooks for $10 or less on Amazon, they will pay you 70%. Now, here's what's amazing about that. So I've got Trashman to Cashman on Amazon. We sell the physical book for $20 plus $10 shipping and handling, right? We don't sell that part on Amazon. We sell the ebook though on Amazon for $9.99. Why? Because if we sold the ebook on Amazon for $20, they would pay us 30%. So we'd make $6 if we sold it for $20, but we make $7 if we sell it for $10. Why? Because Amazon wants to incentivize authors to sell their books for a lower price, so Amazon gets the business. That's how they became the King Kong of marketing, right? By high volume, low profits. That's the Waltonpreneur business model. I'm going to give that to Sam Walton because he was the first one. I'm not going to give it to Jeff Bezos. Okay. My favorite business model is HV times HP. What's that? That's high volume times high profit. What is that? That's, you have a $3,000 offer. Okay, you have a $3,000 offer. So I'm running out of space here. So what I'm going to do is I've already talked about that. I'm just going to go straight to my whiteboard canvas. So Canvas template. I don't want a template. I want my new canvas. All canvases, new. There we go. So you can have a $3,000 offer that you sell, a $3,000 offer that you sell, and a pen with a bigger thickness thing. That's too thick. Okay, so you have a $3,000 offer. $3,000 offer, $3,000 offer. I don't know why it's doing that. So you have a $3,000 offer, and you sell 100 of those a month. Wow. Now you're talking about $300,000 a month. You have 100. Why is this doing this? I don't like it when my stuff doesn't work right. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So you have let's say you have a $25,000 offer. Right? If you have a $25,000 offer and you sell a $25,000 offer and you sell 100 of those per year times 100, that's $2.5 million. This is why this is my favorite business model. Now, here's the thing about wealth. This is what I call the Wealthtrepreneur business model. Here's what I like about the Wealthtrepreneur business model. It is the business model that if you have something valuable, like if you're going to sell something for $25,000, you better be able to get people a $250,000 result. If you're going to sell something for $3,000, you better be able to get people a $30,000 result. If you're going to sell something for $50,000, you better be able to get people a $500,000 result, right? So we've got coaching programs that range anywhere from, on the low end, $5,000, on the high end, all the way up to $1 million, which means I would have to be able to get somebody what? A $10 million result, right? So for instance, one of our new offers that we just created this year is a VIP day. And I'm not telling you this to sell you a VIP day. I'm telling you this just to tell you what we've created. So we created a VIP day. We've sold 16 of them this year. So that's not a ton, right? And it's $350,000, right? Which means, like, we can fully expect to help people have, like, recuperate at least $3.5 million based on that in that time frame, right? So to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, like Marv, for instance, I won't tell you his last name, but like he did a VIP day back in June when it was only $200,000 in full disclosure, right? And I know that sounded funny probably, but he did a VIP day. Within 2 weeks, he had a $7 million revenue day. And then within 2 months of that, had a $9 million revenue day. And I'm telling you this because, like, just raising your prices is not enough. You have to know something that gets people a result that's worth more than the money they're paying you, right? And that's how you become a wealthtrepreneur. Now, my favorite business model is wealthpreneurship. That's my favorite business model. But I also like the entrepreneur business model, where we have some products that are lower profit, like lower profits. I mean, it's not low profit though. It's high profit, lower volume, like books, for instance. B.O.S.S Moves book. We sell 300 to 500 books a month. $30 a pop. That's high profit for the book because, in full disclosure, it cost me about $1.75 to print that book, and we sell it for $30, right? So that's high volume, that's high profit, and then the volume's not that high. It's not like I'm selling thousands. Like, I know people who sell 2,000 books a week, right? So our volume is 300 to 500 books a month. It's not terrible, right? So that's my entrepreneur side. We do a challenge every month. We usually sell about $60,000 or $70,000 worth of challenge tickets onto that challenge. So that's entrepreneurship. So we combine the entrepreneur business model with the wealthtrepreneur business model, and it gives us the ability to make millions of dollars. I believe that if you start with the entrepreneur, something that makes you $300, $500, but sell, that's decent profit, right? Especially if you're delivering your product digitally, sell 30 of those a month. Congratulations, you're in business, right? And then once you get really, really good at something that's really, really, really valuable, you take the value that you can deliver to a client, divide it by 10, make that your price, and sell as many of them as you can. That is going to be your best chance of creating wealth in 2023. Those two business models are my favorites, but the Waltonpreneur, for those of you who like details and minutia and managing inventory, that's a really good business model for those who like it. So I hope this video helps. If this helped you in any way, shape, or form, please like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to our channel, smash the notification bell, and all the other YouTube-y stuff that people do, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Peace out, Cub Scouts.